Welcome to Murrow News 8. According to King 5 News, President Biden announced today that the U.S. is revoking Russia's most favored nation status. The downgrade for Russia is part of their reaction to their continued invasion of Ukraine and is in coordination with the European Union and Group 7 countries. This will allow the U.S. to impose higher tariffs on Russian imports, effectively dealing another blow to their economy. According to King 5, Congress also passed a bipartisan package that gives $13.6 billion in humanitarian and military aid to Ukraine on Thursday. The overall $1.5 trillion package also doles out domestic funding for schools, housing, childcare, and other domestic policies.
Protests are spiking across the world, even close to home. A small group gathers each Friday in Moscow, Idaho, protesting for Ukrainians who are facing this war, including a WSU student whose family is in Ukraine right now. Our reporter, Ava Wainhouse, has the story.
Protesters standing with Ukraine.
I feel like we're a sleepy little peace group, and I wish we did more.
The Palouse Peace Coalition has been coming to Moscow, Idaho for 21 years to protest war. And now they're protesting Vladimir Putin's Russian invasion of Ukraine, nearly 6,000 miles away from the war zone.
I'm pretty scared myself, and the nuclear threats are just unfathomable.
My mom was calling me saying that Madrid was a missile like in 100 kilometers from us, from our home, and we heard like everything.
You just heard from Ukrainian Washington State University student Andriy Zhuravchuk, whose family is stuck in Ukraine right now. He's studying to get his master's degree here in America, but he doesn't want to be in the States. He wants to be home with his family, with the people he loves. Maybe not with a weapon in his hands, but somehow he wants to help end Putin's war against Ukraine.
I do something here. I'm trying to donate money. I'm trying to speak with people. I'm trying to speak with you right now and so on, but I would love to be there.
Andriy tells me his family is in a relatively safe area of Ukraine for now, but that's not the case for his best friend who is fighting in Kiev.
Every day, every morning, every night, I'm just checking whether he posted the story or not.
Relying on social media to make sure his best friend is still alive.
Try to send him some good energy, however he would do it, prayer, or just thinking about him in a good way.
Andriy is grateful for protesters around the world sending support.
It is kind of a sense of unity. It's unity against some war, against evil, all of the destruction and killing.
Ava Wainhouse.
If you are not standing against it, you're actually for it.
Murrow, News 8.
WSU's mask policy is ending tonight at midnight. WSU leadership sent out an email with some clarifying points to faculty after a faculty senate meeting. The meeting was met with concerns from faculty. Faculty Senate Chair Doug Call says a lot of these concerns come from feelings of uncertainty.
Well, nobody likes uncertainty, right? So if and there's uncertainty surrounding us regarding, well, will we see a surge of cases? Will faculty get sick? Will students get sick? There's always going to be an element of that in any kind of a decision like this.
Once the mask mandate lifts, masks will no longer be required inside most university buildings. They will still be required on public transit, healthcare facilities, including Cougar Health, and in courses that previously required face masks as part of the safety protocols in the course.
You may notice something missing if you walk around campus. WSU began removing signs requiring people to wear masks indoors. The mask mandate is still in effect until March 12th, but WSU employees have gotten a jump on lifting the mask mandate official.
For those planning on traveling during spring break, the Transportation Security Administration has extended their mask policy. The administration released a statement on Thursday saying the mandate will continue to stay in place on public transportation and at transportation hubs until April 18th. The statement also says the CDC will work with government agencies to keep a revised framework for when under what circumstance masks will be removed.
Find out how our state legislature has ties to WSU.
And how safety is of the utmost importance right now. Coming up.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision. Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent.
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
The Washington State Legislature wrapped up its 2022 legislative session yesterday. Correspondent Albert James joins us from Olympia to talk about what the legislature accomplished in its 60-day session and how their decisions pertain to WSU.
The bill would require the College of Nursing to establish programs to recruit and train sexual assault nurse examiners and effectively deploy them across eastern Washington. The bill passed the legislature unanimously and will be sent to the governor.
As a public official and a private volunteer to the people of the state of Washington.
The legislature also passed a bill to bolster anti-hazing efforts at colleges and universities across the state. Prompted by the 2019 death of WSU freshman and fraternity pledge Sam Martinez, parents Jolene Houts and Hector Martinez pushed for the bill.
My husband and I can't think of a better way to honor our son than to help save lives in his name. What happened to him should never happen to another student and never happen to another family. I wouldn't wish the last 2 years of my life on anyone. And I believe that this bill will make a big difference in the lives of parents and students.
The Sam's Law Act would require schools to provide hazing education to students and staff and require findings from misconduct investigations into student groups be made available online. National social fraternity and sorority organizations would need to inform a university when they launch an investigation into a local chapter, provide those findings to the school, and make them available online as well. The bill passed unanimously out of the legislature and will be sent to the governor. At the state capitol in Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Thanks, Albert. There's one other bill championed by Martinez's parents that the legislature will vote on next session, which would increase criminal penalties for hazing.
The Portland Police Department released a press release on Wednesday regarding the legislative updates. These updates were applied to revise unintended consequences that came with police reform bills that were signed into law last year. Here's what Chief of Police Pullman Police Department Gary Jenkins had to say about these revisions.
A bill moving through the Washington legislature may help expand access to the Washington College grant. Murrow News 8 reporter Catherine Jones spoke to one student about how the grant has impacted them.
Giselle has always loved school.
I'm just really passionate about it.
She's so passionate that she's pursuing not just one degree, but a dual degree in political science and pre-law with a minor in psychology. She's the director of legislative affairs for ASWSU, part of an activist support group for undocumented students, a student mentor, and that's just to name a few. Giselle is also the first one in her family to attend college. She's from Pasco and has seen firsthand how members of her community work paycheck to paycheck in agriculture.
I don't want to have to work in the fields for the rest of my life because it is such a hassle, and I do see how my parents are always tired. So they kind of just always like push me to like want to do school.
She's taken full advantage of an opportunity that's been made possible by the Washington College Grant.
Without it, I actually wouldn't be in school.
A bill moving through the Washington legislature seeks to expand eligibility to the grant. The maximum grant award is currently available for students that fall within 0 to 55% of the state's median family income. But House Bill 1659 would expand that income eligibility as soon as next academic year to 60%. And then starting for the 2024-2025 school year, that goes up even further to 70%. The bill also makes students who are above the 70% threshold eligible for smaller award amounts. Chris Mulick is the Director of State Relations at WSU. He says the idea behind the bill is taking what we already have and improving it at multiple income levels. He says this will be especially important for prospective first-generation students like Giselle, whose enrollment has been down in recent years.
Certainly, you're going to find a lot of first-generation college, prospective first-generation college students in rural Washington that this would be of great interest to.
As for Giselle, the sky's the limit. She plans to attend law school and focus on immigration and civil rights. She's grateful for the Washington College Grant and has testified in support of House Bill 1659.
You're, in a sense, helping the next generation, which will be the future leaders.
And Giselle is already using her education to be one of those leaders.
It's just like really important for me because I feel like it's also like not just for me, but it's like for my parents, my community.
In Pullman, I'm Catherine Jones, Murrow, News 8.
As of yesterday, the Washington State Patrol has began conducting emphasis patrols for spring break. Troopers will be focusing on speeding, distracted driving, or impaired driving and other collision-causing violations. The WSP also put out a notice to keep an emergency kit in your car. Check that the fluids are good to travel and watch your tires.
WSU sent out an email to all students with safety reminders for spring break. They say free sexual health supplies are available at Cougar Health Services, Women's Center, Cougar Food Pantry, and other spots around campus. Set personal limits if you choose to consume alcohol. Use the buddy system and let people know where you are. And have a plan to reconnect if you get separated. Self-monitor for COVID-19 symptoms and to get tested if you're symptomatic.
You may have seen some strange-looking devices attached to light posts on Stadium Way recently and wondered, what are those? Facility services are studying traffic, pedestrian bikes, transit, and other modes of transportation along Stadium Way. I spoke to Cynthia Arbor of Facility Services to see how this data will be used.
The purpose is to look at the existing traffic that we have right now over the day and over the week. When are the most cars going past? When are the most pedestrians walking by? That kind of thing. And then our goal is to take that information and help to come up with some ideas of how we might improve the Stadium Way corridor.
Well, let's hope that makes Stadium Way more efficient and safer. One of WSU's libraries is close to getting an update.
And find out what those heading home for spring break can expect for weather next.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through?
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back.
When you want to talk, I'm here.
If you live in Moscow and plan to vote in the May 17th primary election, today is your last chance to change your political party affiliation. Electors can pick their party affiliation with the Democratic, Republican, Constitution, or Libertarian Party. Only electors with the Republican, Constitution, or Libertarian parties may request a ballot for the primary of that party. There are no such restrictions for people affiliated with the Democratic Party. Whitman Heritage Digital Collections is a project of the Whitman County Library and local partners consisting of photographs, documents, and artifacts which document the early culture and community life of Whitman County and throughout eastern Washington. If you want to contribute your own historical materials to their collection, you can contact the Whitman County Library. The collection runs through March 26th.
The state legislature released a compromise capital budget bill on March 8th, providing $2 million for Holland Library compact shelving. According to the WSU Government Relations website, the shelving is part of an effort to consolidate library collections and create more space on campus. The new space could serve as more study space for students later, but will ultimately be decided upon at a later date.
What can we expect this upcoming week, Jackie, with weather?
Well, let me tell you, if you're heading home for spring break this weekend, you're in luck. We have some pretty nice skies, nice weather, and I know at the beginning of the semester, half of us couldn't even get to campus, so it's nice that we can actually leave. So looking at today's weather, it's a little bit cloudy out there, but not too bad. The high is going to be 47 overnight. We're going to get to about 35, so not an immense, insane drop. And the winds are just about 9 miles an hour, so again, not too bad. The sun rose nice and early this morning at 6:07 a.m. And if you're still going to be in town, that sunset is going to be at about 5:48 p.m. Moving on to tomorrow, it is going to be pretty warm for this time of the year. It's going to be 58 degrees and sunny. That is the weather I've been waiting for. And then it's going to drop to 38, and winds are going to be about 7 to 13 miles an hour just throughout the day. And then again, sunrise is going to be at 6:07 a.m. Sunset's going to be about 5:50 p.m. So we're seeing those longer days every single day. Looking across the state, so going over to Olympia in Seattle, it's about the same. It's going to be a little bit cloudy, more cloud coverage. 54 the high in Olympia, the low of 38. Seattle is going to be 50 degrees and 42. Moving over to Yakima, it's 57 today with the low of 33 and cloudy. Tri-City is going to be 60 degrees, low of 39. And I was looking online. I haven't seen any issues with the roads, so if you're heading home today, I think it should be pretty fine. And then we're going to move over to the east side. Spokane, you guys are copying us. It's going to be 47 and 35 just like it is here. And if you're in Pullman tomorrow, you're in the Spokane area, I know they're having the St. Patrick's Day parade. Going to have pretty much the same temperatures there. It's going to be nice and warm and sunny. And then let's move on to that 5-day forecast. And so, like I said, tomorrow, 58, sunny, 38. That is the weather I have been waiting for. Sunday is going to be partly cloudy, 48 degrees, high with a low of 36. And then we kind of start to move into the rain, starting a little bit on Sunday, going into Monday, Tuesday. And so just look at that pattern. It's going to get a little warmer, but other than that, let's toss it back to you guys at the desk.
What baseball fans can look forward to.
What's next with women's basketball after the break?
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision. Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent.
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience. Thank you so much.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
I'm Gillis Williams with sports. The WSU baseball team is returning to Bailey Brayton Field. They take on the Oregon State Beavers in a 3-game series starting today and going on until Sunday. Murrow News 8 reporter Connor McAvoy has the story.
The WSU baseball team today will be returning home after several games playing on the road this season, after they recently competed against the 3 other universities in the Frisco Classic from March 4th to March 6th. They have compiled a record of 7-5, and they hope to keep their winning season afloat in this 3-game season.
Frisco and the whole crew, this is just such a pro operation with everything, media, facility, taking care of our players. It was an absolute honor to be here. It's going to make us a better program moving into Pac-12 play next weekend, but just a first-class operation, and we were honored to be a part of it. Wish we could have played a little bit better. Today, obviously, a really good baseball game.
Connor McAvoy, thank you. The WSU women's basketball team is back home after the Pac-12 tournament appearance. Murrow News 8 reporter Colby Ennebrad was on the scene.
The Pac-12 women's basketball tournament has just come to a conclusion, and because it's Pac-12, that obviously comes with some Cougar basketball action. Washington State would face the Utah Utes for the second time this year after losing in their first matchup, hoping to come away with a different result. Unfortunately for the Cougs, it was all Utes all game, with a final score of 70-59 in favor of Utah. Here's what head coach Cammie Etheridge had to say after the loss.
I mean, I think we still have a high ceiling. I think every time we watch game film and watch ourselves, I think we've really improved over the last month.
Good news for the Cougs is that their season is not over yet. They will be an NCAA tournament team, and if you're going to lose to a team in a tournament, you might as well lose to one that made it to the championship. The Utes had never made the championship before, so this was obviously a major team accomplishment.
Hi. I was just wondering, obviously there's no game tomorrow. What do you guys plan on doing with your day off? No idea?
We'll rest, get healthy, eat, recover, eat some more. Unfortunately, we eat as much as the players do. We don't do anything. It's a tough combo.
The Utah Utes would go on to face the Stanford Cardinal in the Pac-12 championship, and in a tough loss for the Utes, the Stanford Cardinal would once again prove why they're not just the #1 team in the conference, but #2 in the nation. We are here at Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas, where Stanford University has just won their second Pac-12 championship in 2 years. It's been a lot of fun. The tournament has been a roller coaster for all of these teams. And now it looks like Stanford will be partying harder than anyone else in Vegas tonight. From beautiful Las Vegas, this has been Colby Ennebrad with Murrow News 8.
In other Cougar basketball news, the #7 ranked men's basketball team came up short last night against the #2 UCLA Bruins in the Pac-12 quarterfinals with a final score of 75-65. Sophomore Andrei Yakimovsky led the team in scoring with 15 points and grabbed 4 rebounds. Terrell Roberts also scored 14 points for the team. Head coach Kyle Smith spoke to reporters post-game.
I played really well. I thought we came out with a good energy, got ourselves a lead early in that first quarter of the game. Part of our mantra is defend, rebound, take care of the ball, and we were not able to rebound. So hat tip to them. They played really well, I thought.
WSU men's basketball player Noah Williams has pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor stemming from an incident at a Pullman bar last fall, according to Big Country News. This past September, Williams attempted to walk into Valhalla Bar and Grill in Pullman, where bouncers informed police that he tried to get into the bar with a fake ID. Prosecutors charged Williams with minor frequenting at a bar and possession of a fake ID. Judge John Hart of the Whitman County District Court sentenced Williams to 8 months of unsupervised probation. That's it with sports. Drew, Colby, back to you guys at the desk.
Spring break is within our sights. We'll talk a bit about our plans next.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
A $2.2 million gift to the WSU College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences will help increase opportunities for students to focus on healthcare needs of rural Washingtonians. According to WSU Insider, the anonymously donated gift has helped launch the college's Rural Health Initiative to improve access in rural communities. Nearly 800,000 rural Washingtonians struggle with access to healthcare. Now, Drew, spring break is almost upon us. It is almost here.
I know.
I kind of had a little bit of a spring break myself when I covered Vegas. It was a great time.
It looked like a good time. It looked like you had fun down there.
So, have any plans for yourself?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to be on the sunny beaches of South Florida. I'm excited. Hopefully the next time I host, I'm not, a lobster out here. But I'm excited to get some sunshine. What are your plans?
Honestly, not much. My girlfriend and I are gonna go to the cabin and spend some time up there. Should be fun, but hope to see you back with a tan from Florida.
Hopefully. Where's the cabin at?
In Olympia on the Sound, so
nice.
It's on the beach, a little own private beach area.
I'm from Olympia, beautiful beaches, I gotta tell you. That'll be an exciting spring break.
All right, thank you everyone for watching. That is our time. If you missed anything in this or any previous newscast, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
Have a good night. In this or any previous newscast, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel. Have a good